entertainment media, we kind of overthought the name a little bit, but it's essentially the film and television program at Augustana College. And essentially you have two options, two opportunities at Augustana for entertainment and media. One is academic coursework. So there is an entertainment media minor currently, and the major is will be in place by the fall of 2021. The coursework in the entertainment media film program includes courses in film productions. We do a music video production called Song to Screen, where we team you up in a group with an actual band or a music artist, and you actually work to create their actual music video as part of the introductory production class. I teach a class called The Global Industry of Entertainment, which gives you the ins and outs of everything in the entertainment industry, mostly focused on film and television, but we do touch on music and gaming. That class is actually live now, and I'll get, if you're interested, I'll invite you to the course. You can kind of check it out. We have a lot of prospective students and high school students in it, but we'll talk about sort of how an idea for a television show becomes a television show on Netflix, or how a movie gets greenlit and ends up in theaters. We do a lot of current events because obviously with what's going on now, you've got major studios like NBC, Universal, rethinking how they're going to launch a film. We've got, when I first started teaching this class a year and a half ago, Apple Plus hadn't launched. Disney Plus hadn't launched, so there's a lot of new streaming platforms that we talk about as well, and just want to give you the overview of the entire sort of film and television industry, from the way things are concepted all the way to how they're produced and distributed and marketed. Those are the two core courses in the film and entertainment program, along with the media law course. And then there's a lot of electives that you can choose from. If you minor in it, you choose 2 additional electives. If you major in it, you choose 4 additional electives, and that can be screenwriting. There's 2 levels of the screenwriting course. And in the second level screenwriting course, you're actually workshopping a television show or a series. We have courses in directing, scenography, which is set design, lighting, sound design, and then for the major, they'll be adding some advanced courses in advanced production, advanced producing, which is applicable if you're producing a movie or even producing a live event like a music production. The producing aspects are very similar. That's all the coordination that goes in. And then the third and fourth additional classes will be advanced tech classes, so camera, light, sound, and editing. So that makes up the coursework. In addition, majors or minors need to do 350 to 400 hour intensive hands-on internship hours, working on film or television or other aspects of the entertainment industry. You could work at a radio station, you could work in the game industry. One of the advantages to Augustana students is the second component that's available to students is Fresh Films. We're a working film studio. We have an Emmy-nominated TV show. We have a film in production this summer called Ghostland, which is written by a pretty well-known writer named Rick Cleveland. We have a couple television shows in development, one with PBS. And so students at Augustana can work at Fresh Films year-round. So we have a lot of business majors who are working in our marketing or accounting departments. We have COM and MJ, which is multimedia journalism and entertainment media, students who are also working year-round at Fresh Films, gaining hours towards the major, or just working to gain experience in the film and television industry. And so Fresh Films works year-round. So even when you guys are off school for the summer, we're still there. That's when we do a lot of our other productions. And as actually a high school student, Fresh Films, we put high school students on film sets. You, this summer, could apply to be part of our summer program. Knock wood, we're still gonna have it. And if you were to come on set and work on a Fresh Film set for 70 hours, that 70 hours will count towards your Augustana internship requirement. So, so you can work there. One of the most, I guess, well-known productions we've done is for the past few years, we have done a production with Reese Witherspoon and her production company, Hello Sunshine, called the Filmmaker Lab. I can share that with you. And Augustana students, 4 women, both years, they came out for the production. They were flown to Los Angeles, put them in a hotel. They worked on the film set for 8-9 days, producing this documentary that ran on DirecTV. And then other students have a lot of other opportunities, whether during the school year or on other productions. And so I guess to summarize, so the film program at Augustana is major, minor, academic, entertainment media. You've got Fresh Films, which is the working film studio. And quite frankly, we have students who aren't taking any academic courses in entertainment media, but just love film and want to come intern, and that works too. I'll also mention there's another film club on campus called Black Squirrel that a lot of students are involved in because it allows you to do a little bit more of your own productions and work there. But you can, the beauty of Augustana is we have a lot of entertainment film students who are also theater majors, who are also philosophy majors, who are biology majors, business majors. So you get to kind of cross over on a more than one of your passions. And so I'll kind of open it up for questions. And then I'll just add one other thing, which is we're currently having, as part of my class, we have all these speakers from around the industry coming in, and you guys can, at any point, I'll send you the Zoom link, and if you want to listen to a speaker, today we had a screenwriter, Thursday we have someone who works in a newsroom, next week we have a field producer from Discovery Channel and a content producer for Netflix, and so a lot of these have been alums in the Fresh Films program or just folks that we know who are speaking to the students, and you get insight into careers and how they got their job and what their job is every day. And it's just a really great networking pool. So can you repeat the majors and minors? So entertainment media is film at Augustana, and we are part of the communication department. So you could major in, I mean, there's a zillion majors at Augustana, probably not a zillion, but a lot. So you can major in film, which is called entertainment media. You can minor in it. We have a lot of students that double major in journalism, which is called multimedia journalism, MJMC, and as well as film. And you can major or minor in the film program. It's just sort of up to you and what your interests are.
And I think just to piggyback on that, I don't know if our students know that you don't need to declare a major right away when you come to Augustana. So you will have some exploration time during your first year. Did you talk, I think, Kelly, some of the classes that you talked about were classes you can take your first year?
So I think it's amazing that you do not have to declare until the end of your first year, because you do get to explore. We had a student who came in your shoes about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and he played cello and he loves film. So he came to Augustana. We got him to come to Augustana for cello and film. And then I ran into him last year and I was like, Julian, where have you been? And he was like, oh, I fell in love with psychology. I'm now a psych major. And so like the cool thing is you get to explore things. And so freshman year, you could take the music video production class your freshman year, either first semester or in the J term. The J term is wickedly fun. I mean, it's such a fun course anyway, because you're literally working with a band and making their music video. So the stakes are high, it's real. J term is really fast. It's 17 days long. So you're making a music video in 17 days and it's super intense and just a total blast.
And they may not know what J term is. It's your
term. I'm sorry.
It's your term in January between your fall term classes and your spring term classes. And we have a holiday break of a couple weeks. And then freshmen especially are required to take a class. And then most of our other students opt to as well, where you're doing something just fun for those 17 days in January. You get credit for a full class, but you're exploring the same thing every day, as opposed to having a schedule of different classes where you can't focus as much.
Yeah, so it's...
yeah, that was fun. Tell them a little bit
really
about about that experience.
So in the first couple of days, you go through a production exercise and you learn by doing camera, light, sound, scripting, a script breakdown, shot lists. And then you're literally paired with a band. You work together to concept what the music video is going to look like for the particular song that they've chosen. And then you start the whole pre-planning, which is called pre-production process. So you're finding the filming locations, you're getting releases. Maybe you have to use a local coffee shop or a you know, a museum or something in the area. You're coordinating with the band members. When can they film with the other members of your group? You're figuring out costumes and props. What does the set design look like? There was a video last year. The lead of the band member wanted to skateboard like down the street. So you're, you know, holding traffic while you get this particular shot. So there's some really cool stuff, but it's all, you run through the whole pre-production program, and then there's some pretty cool equipment you get to work with as well. So we use all 4K cameras, all high-end mics and lights and, you know, everything. We have gimbals, which are these cool, I don't even know how you just, I mean, again, I don't know if you guys know what a gimbal is, but a gimbal is basically like a movable tripod that keeps the camera steady. So you can like walk around with the camera and get a really steady shot. So you get access to all that equipment, literally your freshman year if you want to. And then once you have taken a class and or interned with us, if you are trying to film something for another class and need access to a camera, you just come to me or to Eslin, who you'll meet, who's the other faculty member, and you say, hey, I really need to borrow that camera to film, you know, we're doing a music event for my sorority, I'm totally making this up, and we need to, you know, can we borrow a camera to film this? And we'll say, yes, you can. So you get a lot of access on the first, within the first, you know, in your first year. You know, other classes you can take, the screenwriting 204 class is open to your freshman year. My class, which is the global industry, a lot of freshmen take, it's offered in the spring term. And then you can take the directing class right off the bat. It's a 200 level class that allows you to explore film directing. I'm trying to think of some of the other classes. I mean, some of the other classes are 300 level, but you could take those as well if you were really into set design. I think there might be a requirement of taking an intro to theater class, but a lot of those are open to you as well.
Because I would say, I mean, it sounds like there's lots of terminology and things that go with the film industry. And would you say, no, that's okay. Some students probably come in with more experience than others, but don't you have students come in too that maybe don't have a lot of experience and just start learning?
Oh yeah, you do not have to have any experience. I don't care if you've never picked up a camera, like we will teach it all to you. And I always joke around, I'm a filmmaker and I don't like being on a set. I'm a producer, so I like to concept the creative. I like to develop the plan for how the creative is going to get produced, but I don't love being on a film set. And so it takes all different types. And the technology changes so often that we want to make you comfortable with the technology, but you're not gonna, one thing that Augustana doesn't have versus other colleges, which I think is a benefit, like we don't have, you're not gonna take classes audio 1, audio 2, audio 3, audio 4. We're gonna make you, you're gonna be really good at audio, but we wanna give you that much broader perspective that you can lead the audio department. You know who to hire, how to troubleshoot, you know how to run the audio, but you also know how to work in a team, manage other people, manage a bigger timeline. We want to make you the ability to be the director, the leader, the producer of the production. So you're more of a generalist that can lead a production versus like an audio specialist. Not that you won't have skills in audio or have skills in camera, but you know, we don't want you to be the boom operator forever. We want you to be able to lead the audio department, if that makes sense. There's no like major in film editing, but if you were to major in entertainment media at Augustana, or even minor in it, you're going to get extensive film editing experience. And then we literally have a editing bay, and I could connect you with any of the students who work in the editing bay. And we literally have 3 students who've been working in the editing bay like almost 15, 20 hours a week, just gaining more and more experience editing everything from documentaries and narrative productions. They do behind the scenes and promo videos and have got just a ton of real world experience. So I can connect you with any of those students if you'd like to hear more about like editing, specifically film editing at Augustana. It's going to be probably Jonathan, Jack, or Mark that I will connect you with, if that's okay. Extra females in the editing bay. Actually, we could use women in all of film for that matter. So we were located in the north side of the city, Rogers Park area, Evanston, until just recent, like until 4 years ago when we moved on to Augustana's campus. So that's so we're pretty familiar with Chicago, and we still run programs in not only in Rock Island but in Chicago as well throughout the year. And so if you are, yeah, I mean, if you can come in with very little experience, or, you know, if you were to take the entertainment media classes, so there's a music video class, and then the overview of the industry class called Global Industry, and then we do screenwriting, directing, and other electives that you can take. For you, you might jump in much more quickly into a couple of the initial courses so that you can start doing an editing internship, right? And be able to gain additional experience. So those are paid internships, actually. And then what we always try to encourage every student to do is to get involved. If you're really into film, get involved earlier than later. We have students that are going into their senior year that have never interned anywhere, and we're like, what have you been doing? But we have students who are a little bit, you know, if you're available at the end of your freshman year and you want to apply for a summer internship and you want to go work on the Reese Witherspoon set, then apply, because you don't have to be a junior to do that. We had a young woman who was going into her sophomore year. She's literally, she's actually a great person to talk to too. Haley's been with us literally since the beginning of her sophomore year, has been on the Reese Witherspoon set twice, was on 3 different television pilot sets for productions she's done a documentary that we have called I Am Able. So she's done so much before she's even graduated. And then she got hired by Jeffrey Katzenberg's new production company. It's called Quibi. You might have seen some ads for it, but they came into town, into Rock Island, and actually ran a production. And she and 2 other Augustana students got hired for this big Quibi production, which also looks great on a resume. So we want you to be able to give you the experience to essentially go right into the film industry. One of the other things I forgot to mention is we take a little bit more hands-on approach. We want you to be able to work in the industry. So that's why we do speaker sessions. That's why we connect you to alumni, whether they're, like, we have 2 alums. One is a recent graduate of Augustana. They're both on Chicago Fire in the city of Chicago. We want to connect you to those folks. We've got alums that are at BET and Netflix. We want to connect you with them as well. So we want you to get jobs in the industry, you know, whether it's an internship during school or a job after school. So on Augustana's campus, in addition to the film major and minor, the Fresh Films is a working film studio. And so we create these TV shows, this Reese Witherspoon project, every year. And even as juniors in high school, I'll send you the information. Like, we're running a program this summer, and we have year-round programs that run in Chicago. If you guys were to be part of that, even in high school, you'll get Augustana, you'll get some internship credit that will count towards the entertainment media coursework when you get to Augustana, when you hopefully get to Augustana. So, sorry, I have a middle schooler walking in. So anyway, so what other questions can I answer?
I'm not sure if you saw my chat or not, but I have a question. You touched base on it a little bit, but can you give us more examples of your past graduated students that they pursued?
Yeah, so we've only actually had, because the program is so new, we only have 4 official graduates at this point. So Joe Flynn graduated last year, and he's on the set of Chicago Fire. He works, he's the assistant to the head showrunner, which is the head writer of Chicago Fire. He's also on the safety team. So they do a lot of the pre-production planning of because they actually burn things on the set of Chicago Fire. So he's on the safety team. Another young woman, we actually hired her full-time, Kelsey Connolly. So she graduated about 1.5 years ago, and now she's our production coordinator, working on all sorts of different projects. Another graduate, Jake Pico, is actually a working actor, and he also does freelance editing in the city of Chicago. Caitlin O'Brien decided to work for an experiential advertising agency. So she's doing more like producing of live events and promotions. And who am I missing? Oh, and another student, Andrew Ray, is he's actually doing creative and commercial production over at one of the NBC stations. And then we have, Fresh Films has been around actually like 18 years. And so we have a lot of alums that are in the industry. So I always give this example. Derek Simon was 16 years old when he participated in Fresh Films in 2005. And now he's in the writer's room at Supergirl. He connects with students from Augustana every year. Like, he'll be on a call in a couple weeks, and then you always have his email to reach out to him and talk to him about getting into the industry. We have students who work at Technicolor, at BT, Netflix, et cetera, and all of those alums come in to connect with current students at Augustana to essentially, I mean, pay it forward, right? They all got an opportunity at some point, and so we want you guys to be able to feel that same energy, love, I don't know, I'm lacking words. So
any other, I think you talked already about summer programs and things like that. Are there any other facilities you want to talk about, or equipment or anything like that? I know you guys have done a great job in building up the offices down there on campus. And
I mean, I'm being asked what's for dinner, so that's what you're seeing with the weird eye line. So from an equipment perspective, all high-end equipment, all that you can get your hands on, both like Blackmagic and Canon, lights, sound equipment, gimbals, etc., that you guys can work on. And then in terms of facilities, we have a production office located on campus. We do a lot of on-location shooting, and as the major expands, they're looking at expanding the footprint to add the green screen studio space and the widescreen studio space and just other filming locations on campus. When we go do, like, the movie this summer is planned, it's called Ghostland. There's an opportunity for 110 high schoolers to be on the film set. So you guys could apply. We're hopefully going to open call for entries in the next 3 weeks. It's just a little crazy this year for the reasons we all know of. You could have different levels of experience. We're looking for your passion and your excitement to work in a team. You would then work on the set for 70, 80 hours. That would count towards your Augustana internship hours. And also just give you like terrific experience. So you can do that even before you're a college student. And then once you're a college student, you become a paid intern essentially on these different film sets. Does that help kind of differentiate what we do for high school students and college students? I don't know. The directing program is available both in the theater department, and Eslin, who is our lead faculty on the production side, is our film director and is a director, so you'd be in great hands, and there are some directing classes. And through the music video production and other, the advanced production class, you essentially get even more experience directing. On the acting side, that's in the theater department, so maybe you've spoken with them, but they're a terrific group, and we do a ton of collaborating, and we have both students that are theater majors and film, entertainment media majors or minors, but you can, there's just so much opportunity on the stage at Augustana, which is just amazing. So Eslin, who's our director, is actually an actor turned director. And I mean, the reality is actors today have to be more than just actors. You need to be an actor producer, actor director. But we'd love to help you get, you know, both those skill sets.
And I think one more thing, I think you hit on this a little bit, Kelly, but it might be a good thing to end on. I love talking to you about, you know, why film at Augustana versus like a more intense film program, what film at a liberal arts school can do for students. That might be a good thing to wrap up.
I'd love to. So we at Augustana are, again, we want to make you the leader in the film industry. And the beauty of Augustana and the other coursework you're going to take is you're going to learn all the skills, and you'll actually hear this. One of our alums, Will Angelico, who works in Chicago in production on the set of Chicago PD, kind of mentioned this also last week, and he was like, the number one thing you have is just, you know, being a team player, being able to communicate, being able to take direction and problem solve. And these are all things that you're going to learn in a liberal arts school that are hard to replicate in a technical school. So in a technical school like Columbia, you're going to learn all those technical skills, and you're going to be really, really good at this very narrow job. What we want you to be able to do is be able to see the full perspective and to be able to work in a team. Film, there's a saying that an artist needs a brush, like a paintbrush, and a filmmaker needs an army. And it is true. You've seen credit rolls. There are hundreds and hundreds of people on a film set, and even there's hundreds in post-production and editing bays, and there's a woman actually graduated from Augustana about, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, 10 years ago, named Julie Boehner, And she's the manager of one of Pixar's animation divisions. So she literally did Wreck-It Ralph 2 and managed all of the animators, the editors, the sound designers that were working to finalize Wreck-It Ralph 2. And now I don't know what movie she's on now, but we want to give you those skills for you to see the bigger picture, to collaborate in a team, to problem solve when something is going wrong, in addition to understanding the ins and outs of film. You know, I don't work cameras every day, but if something were to go down on a film set, I know exactly what to do, who to call, how to get it fixed. You know, I can run camera. I'm not the best at it, but we can get we can troubleshoot and get the production still to run. We want you to be in that position to be the leaders of the film industry tomorrow. Plus, we need a heck of a lot more, diversity, not just, gender diversity, but like there's, a lot of the film industry comes from LA and New York, and we need it to come from the Midwest as well. So, and actually I'll add one other thing. So we have a grant from the Illinois Film Office because there is a huge problem in Illinois that there's so much production going on, so much need. Netflix is growing, Amazon, Apple, and Illinois is growing by leaps and bounds. So 10 years ago, it was a $55 million industry. It is now a $550 million industry. It's going to go to $1 billion probably in the next 2-3 years. And they have two problems. One is they don't have enough studio set space. So they're fixing that, a little real estate. The other problem is they don't have enough entry-level talent. So they are literally creating a pipeline program to pipeline folks like you guys, all from Illinois, to go into the film industry, to work on the set of Empire, to work on the set of Chicago Fire, to work on all the productions that they have, not only in the city of Chicago, but they're trying to get in other places. So you guys are in a great position, I think, with the right sort of skill set and the nice, like the most like well-rounded, Augustana background. So that's my sales pitch. But I actually went to Indiana University, huge college, and I love it at Augie. I've bought in, like the smaller class size, the fact that I get to know you, that I can work with you. If you're looking for a job, I can help you, like all those kinds of things. I think I met with my advisor like once in 4 years, and I didn't get a chance to get my hands on the equipment until my junior year. And so in this case, you just get a lot more access early on. Plus, Augie has a cool radio station and an NPR station. There's a lot of other opportunities too, beyond what we offer. So that's my pitch.
I just have one little question. With the film editing kind of aspect of it, do you think that it's an open enough industry? Do they need more film editors, or would I be better off going with something else in the film industry?
Oh, film editors are totally needed, and they make great money, and the more productions they do, the more film editors that they need, right? So it's exponential, right? So as the number of productions grows, so does the need for film editors. And because they're doing so much more with CGI and effects and whatever, post-production is an enormous growing piece. It's huge. So if you love it, stick with it. It's amazing. But I can tell you, you also will, even though you're not on a film set, you will work a lot of long days as well. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks to everybody who joined us. And I hope you guys got a good glimpse into some of the highlights of film and fresh films and the entertainment media program at Augustana. With that, I think we'll wrap it up here and hope that we connect with you guys down the road, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah. And anything you guys need, feel free to email. We're always here. So have a great rest of your day and week.